Hi, I'm Pat Pou, and I'm a partner at Lazega Johanson. I manage the litigation team and handle litigation matters for our clients. When an owner violates the association's covenants, it is important for the association to act quickly to preserve its rights and maintain the community standards. Perhaps an owner in your community put up a fence, painted their house an absurd color, or built a garage without required approval of the community association board. Whatever the violation may be, there are numerous ways to try to get an owner to comply with the rules voluntarily. Notices, perhaps fines, and other strategies that might work short of filing a lawsuit. For this discussion, we'll assume you have tried to get the owner to voluntarily comply with the rules, and those efforts have not worked. The next option is to get the court involved by filing a lawsuit for enforcement. So, let's look at the legal process of enforcement, the association's powerful tool to compel compliance with the rules when an owner refuses to do so voluntarily. So you know what to expect. Here is what I call the life cycle of an enforcement lawsuit. While this is not set in stone, in my view, there are essentially 9 steps that I will describe. 1. First, you gather and review all related documents. This would include the governing documents, notices, correspondence, photographs, etc. These will be important to evaluate the association's position and potential defenses, and to ultimately show the violation to the court. 2. When we get those documents from you, we'll review them and confirm whether the circumstances constitute a violation under your governing documents, and whether all procedural requirements have been followed, such as notice requirements, a hearing if required, etc., and we'll evaluate the legal issues and road ahead. Step 3. Then we'll prepare and file the summons and complaint with the court. Step 4. Once filed, the lawsuit, the summons and complaint, must be served on the defendant, in our case, the owner. Except in exceptional circumstances, this must be personal service, meaning a sheriff or process server actually personally hands the lawsuit to the defendant. Step 5. Once the defendant is served and a proof of service is filed with the court, the defendant must file a timely answer to the lawsuit. If they do not, they become in default, and the court might enter an order based on a motion, or the court might at that point require a hearing to determine the remedy to be ordered. Step 6. If the defendant timely answers, no default, then a period of discovery automatically begins and continues for 6 months. This may be shortened or extended by court order. Step 7. During discovery phase of the lawsuit, the parties seek to discover information about the other side's case. This can be written questions, demands for documents, and depositions. Step 8. Motions for summary judgment are an opportunity to try to resolve the case on a motion without need of a trial. Motions for summary judgment may be filed earlier, but are typically filed after discovery, when the parties have determined the other side's position and evidence. If granted or partially granted, the court's order may resolve some or all of the issues in the case without need of a trial. Step 9. If motions for summary judgment are not filed or are not granted, then the case will proceed to trial. This may be a bench trial, judge trial, or a jury trial. Of course, settlement discussions often happen at various stages of the litigation, and the parties may resolve the disputes before trial. The parties may elect, and are sometimes ordered to, try mediation at some point during the lawsuit. Mediation is also a whole other topic for discussion. Like a good book, all lawsuits have a beginning, middle, and end. The end is either settlement, dismissal, or a judgment. In enforcement cases, a judgment in favor of the association will typically include an order requiring the defendant to remedy the violation. Failure to comply with the order could be deemed contempt of court. Enforcement lawsuits often get positive results where other efforts have previously failed. It is a strong hammer in the association's toolbox to compel compliance with the rules.